Good day everyone, welcome back to Another That's Dope, and let's get wise for a second. Hey Google, dining room light on.
Sure, turning the dining room light on.
As you just saw, I was able to turn this light on simply and easy with my voice because guess what? I've made all the bulbs in my home smart bulbs, and what I decided to do was to use Wyze to do that. So this is a Wyze Color Bulb. This is an A19 color bulb from Wyze, and this allows me to convert all my bulbs, as I said, into smart bulbs. So I could simply and easily control it either via the Wyze app or via my voice. With Wyze, I'm even able to make dumb devices into smart devices. So this is a Wyze plug. This simply plugs into whatever wall socket, and you simply plug whatever device into it, making that device now a smart device. So for example, I could say, hey Google,
Bug
Zapper on.
Got it. Okay, turning on Bug Zapper.
So this literally just turned my Bug Zapper into a smart device. I could talk to it as I said before. I could use a Wyze app, use the Google Home or Alexa to control that device. So I've used this literally all across my home to make pretty much dumb devices into smart devices. So for example, my Christmas tree became a smart device. My wall charger outside became a smart device. My Bug Zapper, a smart device. So this device allows me to have full control of pretty much dumb devices simply and easily by plugging it into this. Because of Wyze, I'm able to also make my home a secure smart home, and this is what I've used all around my home. This is one of the cameras from Wyze that I've definitely tapped into a lot. This is a Wyze cam pan. I have this in front of my garage. This literally allows me to see and track any movement in front of my garage. I also have the Wyze OG cam, and I also have the Wyze doorbell cam. I'm going to dive into the app now to show you exactly how these cameras work. So as I said, in front of my garage, I have the Wyze cam pan. So this is literally the Wyze cam pan right here. This allows me to track any movement that takes place in front of my garage. I also have the Wyze doorbell cam. This is it right here. As you can see, all of it is extremely clear resolution. So the Wyze doorbell cam is pretty much one of the best accessories to get for your doorbell, because anything that moves, anytime the bell gets pressed, you get a notification. In fact, for all of the Wyze cameras, you get a notification. For my walkway, I have the Wyze OG cam, and for my backyard, I have also the Wyze OG cam. So let me explain to you why I decided to get the Wyze OG cam for these two areas right here. So because pretty much I just want these cameras to stay locked into one location, and I want them to also put a spotlight on anything that moves while I'm not home or while it detects like any type of movement. So the Wyze OG cam has a built-in spotlight. So this is in the settings of the Wyze OG cam. So under the settings, you have full control of your detection zone. So the detection zone is the area that you mark out with respect to anything that moves in this area. You want it to be tracked, you want it to notify you, you want full awareness of anything that happens in that area. So for example, I could make this area right here my main detection zone. So this is the entrance to my walkway. So anything that happens in this area right here, I'm going to be notified that, hey, something is happening here, you want to be aware of it, and I can simply save it as my detection zone. So that is a useful feature. You could also adjust the sensitivity within the detection zone. You could also adjust the warning within your detection zone, and you could also adjust your song sensitivity. So let's say if a glass breaks or somebody is screaming or whatever the case is, you could simply and easily hear all of that. You have full access to all of your event recordings. You have different alarm settings. So for example, you have built-in smoke alarm. So if your smoke alarm goes off, you'll get notified. If a CO2 alarm goes off, you'll get notified. So for example, one time I was cooking and I forgot, and I was in the restroom and I was on my phone. Yes, I do that like everybody else, and my smoke alarm went off, and I actually got a notification from my Wyze app that, hey, my smoke alarm is going off. So I was able to quickly go and check what that actual issue is. So as I said, great feature to have. If you're going into advanced settings, you could select if you want to record to SD card, if you want to if you want to manage your SD card. So let's say if you want to reset or refresh your SD card, you can simply do that. You could change it from night vision to auto vision to whatever the case might be. You have full access to all of those features. You can include the Wyze timestamp. You could rotate the camera, show the Wyze logo, all of that inside of advanced settings. And as I said, you even have the spotlight. So the spotlight, once it detects a motion, it turns the spotlight on, shining a light on that motion. You could even turn it on if it detects a song. You could even set it up to where the spotlight comes on for a particular set time, or you could even tune it to when it detects a motion, how long it actually keeps the light on for. So again, great feature to have. So in my backyard and in my walkway, I have the Wyze OG cam, because not too much, like I don't really, like there's not much place for you to move besides walking down the corridor and walking into the walkway. So I don't need a camera that really moves too much in these areas right over here. As I said, the next camera that I have is the Wyze Doorbell camera. The Wyze Doorbell camera is pretty much like the Wyze OG camera, but one of the main features that I do love is the fact that you could sync the chime of the doorbell to all of the other cameras. So let's say somebody comes and they ring the doorbell, but I'm in the backyard. The camera allows me, the Wyze Doorbell camera allows me to select all the cameras that I have in the house, and all of these cameras will begin to ring, making the sound of the doorbell that was just pressed. So all throughout the house you will hear the doorbell ring, ping, 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 ping. So regardless of where I am in the house, I'm going to be able to hear that ringing, which is a great feature to actually have. This pretty much has the same type of activity with respect to settings and night vision, Wyze logo, timestamps. You even have, as I said, your detection zone, which is pretty much the same. You have all access to all this type of features. The other camera that I have, which is the Wyze Campan, which is the one I have in the driveway, this has a lot more features. So let's dive into some of these features. First off, you have pretty much all the features that you had before, from your detection zone, event recording, notifications and stuff like that, right? But under advanced settings, now you have access to night vision, dark vision, right? You have low light infrared, which is pretty cool to have. But if you go back to the main page, this is where you get into some of the other features. So for example, I just got a notification here that something is moving in front, so I can literally quickly see what that is if I wanted to. So in the main page, if you hit like this little pen right here, this is what you call your waypoints. So the waypoints means that you could set how your camera rotates. Right now, let's say if this is dead center, I could have my camera pan to the left like 90 degrees, and then pan back to like dead center, and then pan back to the right like 90 degrees. But it's always going to move based on how I actually set it, which is a great feature to have. I also could even turn off or turn on motion tracking. That's right here. So I could simply press like motion tracking. So anything that moves in front, I will see a green box around it, and it will track that motion for me simply and easily. Let's say I come into the actual camera and I want to see what's happening like down the street to my right. I could simply slide this and it would move the camera for me. I slide it back, it moves the camera right back for me. I have access to all the SD card stored information. I could take a picture, I could record a video, I could even turn on the siren. Let's say if I hear a noise, I could even turn on a siren to alert somebody that something is happening. So as I said, this camera is pretty smart, and all of these cameras are pretty smart and well integrated with the Wyze app and even down to the Wyze Home. As you could see all of your lights and all of your smart devices that you have just made smart because of the Wyze plug. So for example, that same bug zapper, so that's right here. So all I have to do is press this and I could turn off the bug zapper. I could press this and I could turn off that dining room light. So as I just showed you, with Wyze you can literally make your home into a smart home with a few devices, from the smart plugs to to the smart bulbs, and you can even make it even more secure and even somewhat more smarter because of the O2 sensors and all those other great features such as the doorbell features and such with the Wyze cameras. So if you're looking to make your home into a smart home, I would highly recommend looking into Wyze. You gotta admit, now that was dope.